The Miami Hurricanes have announced that 65 football players went through voluntary workouts on campus earlier today. At 5:59, 81 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
What's up, man?
What up?
It's early for us.
Yeah, kind of threw my day off, but it kind of also made me a little more productive.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went and got those shoes that you were talking about.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Life-changing, huh?
Yeah, actually, when I put them on, I was like, yo, this is...
Made fun of me all those years.
They're not that bad. They're not that ugly.
Yeah. James is taken to running. For those of you who don't know who this is the Sports Den. Like, where's Rick? Rick's on vacation. Y'all chill out.
Again.
You got us.
He's on vacation again.
Yeah. You got us this week. It's the Sports Den. Denny Thompson, James Coleman. Usually JJ LaSelva, but we've got RJ this week.
Yeah.
We'll find a way to survive. Are you coming in all fired up, huh?
Okay.
Oh, we are ready.
All right.
We?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys are going to love me this week, man.
R. OJ Nation.
All right.
I don't know if it's a nation, but you guys are going to love me. You guys were complaining all last week. Oh, we're going to have this guy. It's going to be great.
All right. You spoke enough. Back to your producer role.
So I can't talk like JJ on the show.
If you haven't heard us before, make sure you get to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. That's that's the title sponsor of this fine program, and it has proven that you will enjoy the show much more if you make a stop by there and reach for the good stuff. We're much better while you're drinking whiskey or tequila or whatever it is that you want to drink. Get to ABC to do it. It's a Monday in 2020, so of course we're going to talk about things that we would never talk about in any other year, like NFL players having coronavirus. Like, we didn't know this was coming, right?
Nah, not at all.
I mean, everybody knew that at some point this was going to happen, but I got to tell you, as confident as I was a couple weeks ago, my confidence is starting to wane a little bit, James.
Well, when practically everybody on the Dallas Cowboys gets it, it kind of throws you off a little bit.
Just a hair. And I'm with Zeke on this. Ezekiel Elliott has coronavirus, and he tweeted out, HIPAA? ? I'm with Zeke on this. Is HIPAA not a thing anymore? Is the Protection Act not a thing? The Health Protection Act, is it just not exist anymore? Are we just all willy-nilly telling everybody's business?
Basically, that part.
I did find out, though, and I was telling you this, and I don't remember if it was the group text or we got too many group things going on, like group text, group tweets, all that kind of stuff. Were you aware, and RJ, you can weigh in on this, were y'all aware that when you test positive for the antibodies, that now goes into the count of current coronavirus cases?
No, I saw where you put that, and I've been asking I just wanted to get clarity. I'm sure you heard that from somebody.
So I heard it from somebody, and then I went and looked it up, and then I asked somebody else, and they're like, yeah, because technically it means you've already had it.
Okay. The one thing I will say with this, we're finding that more people are testing positive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not sick per se, or the death toll hasn't risen anymore. If I'm correct, I don't.
Right, which would make sense with the antibodies.
Yeah. So with that makes sense. So really, the person who really seems like a genius in all of this is the one JJ LaSelva. Because JJ said from jump, everybody got a little COVID in them at this point. And I was just like, it just kind of makes it seem like you are. But we also talked about this, was it Friday show or Thursday show, where was it coin flip, 50-50? Like, it's not like you can test positive one day and then test negative when it comes to the antibody test.
And a lot of I know this for a fact. For those who don't know, I train quarterbacks, and because of that, I've got a relationship with a bunch of college coaches, and I know for a fact that it is not a rarity for a false positive to happen.
Right.
So when you're hearing about the Cowboys and the Texans and your favorite college team, some of these guys are testing positive 2 days later, not testing positive, and it's a false positive. Some of them test positive for the antibodies, meaning that they had it before, which can kind of induce a positive test from what I've been told. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I say all that to say that you and I were on air on a Wednesday night when all of this started and the NBA canceled their first game.
Right.
At halftime. Do we know anything more now than we knew then about this thing?
No. It's gone all over the place. And one of the issues with it is I don't like a lot of people like Fauci or this is full of crap or this person's full of crap or this media. It's the 24/7 news cycle is really what the problem is. Like, we're not even giving people the opportunity to really collect good data, but we're asking them to give us definites. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what is this like? Well, based on this trajectory and this, it could be this. When really, the answer is we just need y'all to sit down somewhere while we really try to get a hold on this. It could be bad. It might not be bad. But at this point, Americans just don't want to listen anyway. Americans just want their way of life, and let the chips fall where they let the chips fall where they may. But what I've told people is this: I was talking to a couple parents at some high-profile schools, and we were just having discussions. And I said, I don't think baseball will happen. I don't think track will happen again.
Probably basketball. Next spring.
Yeah, but I tell you what, there will be football. The one that matters. All sports don't matter. The ones that make the money, and I knew that even back in February when athletic directors were coming out at major programs saying if we don't play a football season, this could really mess up our overall athletics, including football. We may not fiscally be able to recover from that. So that lets me know that these guys are going to go get their money. The attitude and just like look at what Ohio State fix their fingers to type and put in the hands of their the football players. A waiver for coronavirus. If something happens to you, or you get that. But what I'm saying is, so there are things in court when you sign a contract, right? That they'll ask, were you in the right mental state to sign that contract? Were you coerced or were you forced, or did you do it under your own, basically under false pretenses? That's not going to hold up. What do you think the guys are going to say? That's the only way that some of those guys are thousands of miles from their home. To me, it could have been a more well thought out communication thing that could have happened between the players instead of that. Now, the one thing that you do automatically assume playing football, which I always tell people that they don't realize, I didn't realize until I got to college when I had to sign that death waiver, basically saying that you could die playing football. Okay, that makes sense. I accept that. I don't know what this corona thing is. We don't know all of that stuff yet. I probably would have signed it. But the thing is that I still know, but I would have signed it knowing my legal rights. Knowing that if I did get it, I still got a case. It doesn't protect you. We don't know enough about it. Probably, more than likely, especially with the young guys, they do recover and all these other things. And I hope a lot of these guys who are getting it are asymptomatic, or again, it's just been in their system. They've already had it, thought they were just really, really sick and didn't know it and got well. But moving forward, this will be the new normal.
Well, it's interesting because we talk all the time about what it's going to look like for the players going in and out of the facility, all that kind of stuff. And we've mentioned, what do you do? Test them once a week? How do you do this? Well, today, NFL Players Association medical director Tom Mayer said he thinks the players should expect to be tested about 3 times a week.
Wow.
Now, if they're using the same test that I've done, they're going to get CTE from the damn test.
Yeah, because it's going to tap that brain, man.
Have you done it yet?
No, I'm not.
RJ, have you done it yet?
I have not.
Oh, man. Listen. It ain't fun. It ain't fun. And now he goes on to say he's 90% certain that saliva tests will be readily available for that process.
Okay.
When teams get to camp in July. I'm playing on that 10%, though. You ain't scraping my brain 3 times a week. No, you can do it every Monday at the most. But 3 times a week, if they do it 3 times a week, the NFL will find way. We've talked about this. They will find way to make money on that Saturday or Sunday morning show that releases the information of what players have coronavirus.
You think that'll be the injury report?
Absolutely.
And then the COVID report.
It'll be sponsored by somebody, and everybody who plays fantasy football, and everybody who gambles.
Sponsored by Flonase.
Sponsored by Q-Tip.
What's the
extra long?
the saline spray.
Oh yeah.
I tell you what, I've been hitting that, man. I don't. Can you get addicted to that? Because that thing is like every morning. It's a brush my teeth, peroxide rinse, hit the saline rinse in my nose, and keep it moving. And then I'm off. Then I can go.
Sure, saline.
I mean, I hope they added a little bit of extra stuff to it. It was cheap. Like
3 times a week, though, dude.
That's a lot. That's a lot of testing, man.
I don't know. I'm not trying to get political with any of this, but it's like, geez, what is this? What are we doing? I mean, I want football as bad as the next guy, and I do think they're going to play. I definitely think they're going to play. I have no idea if fans are going to be there or not, but as you always say, follow the money. The NFL is now saying it's going to be revenues would decline by $3 billion if stadiums are empty.
Really? It made that much?
$3 billion.
That is a quarter. That's what we found out, right? Or just slightly under?
Yeah, I don't remember, but I mean, you start factoring in premium seating, advertising.
Really advertising. It's not necessarily people coming to the game. It's the people
parking, everything. You start factoring everything in.
I can see that.
$3 billion if stadiums are empty makes me think stadiums won't be empty.
Mm-mm.
I'd love to know what the financial hit for MLB and for the NBA is.
MLB clearly doesn't care.
They don't care.
I don't understand them.
Yeah, you do. It is two sides who don't want to play. Both negotiating like they act like they do. They don't. The guys who make all the money don't want to play. The owners don't want to play because they're going to lose money on the games. And so basically you got this little subset of Major League Baseball players who aren't bajillionaires already, and they're the only ones that want to play. That's a problem. That's what Major League Baseball is going through. I don't know what the NBA is doing. I have no idea. This is why
they're going to play. LeBron's going to say we're playing, and if you don't play, then you're not going to be in Space Jam 2. And that's going to tap their pockets double time.
But this is the one that this is the reason why you didn't want to see him say July 30th. You gave him all this time, man. You should have thrown those dudes into Orlando.
Strike when it's hot. Strike when it's hot.
They should have already been playing.
Right.
It could have been a Father's Day quadruple header.
I can tell you this, and the reason. Let's use that. Like, can we? That's a good segment. I got some opinions on that. That might not be what people expect from a James Coleman about the NBA players' hesitation.
Okay, so you want to do that next?
Yeah, I mean we've already.
Oh,
our producer.
That's right.
Our producer doesn't know how to control who he's supposed to have.
We've got the producer that cares about our breaks this time. We got to be on time. It is the Sports Den. We'll come back. We'll get to that as well as a couple of your texts from the text line from Lifetime Enclosures. Y'all already hitting us up. We love it. 641-1010 if you want to text us. We'll be right back.
The official station of the Jaguars fans. 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. That's where you need to go. Stop limping your way around town. Stop worrying about your shoulder. Stop worrying about the pain management. All that. They handle it all. The best of the best locations all over the place. So there's going to be one right there near you. I go to Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and have for a while. You should as well. Get to se-ortho.com to get all their information. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
All offers are with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward.
Buying a new car or truck is fun, fast, and easy when you go to Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington.
Just in time for summer.
Get a new Jeep Wrangler Unlimited from just $287 a month. Drive a new Dodge Journey and save up to $5,000. Our lenders are just waiting to make you a new car loan. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard.
Across from the Regency Square Mall.
Hey, folks, Rick Ballou here for the Blue Crab House. Yes, they're back up and they are running now, both indoors, outdoors dining. You can still call ahead, order, and pick up at 260-CRAB or 260-2722. Non-seafood items on there as well. You love seafood, though. Oysters, crabs, shrimp, fish, you name it. Jewington Creek Road in San Jose, the one, the only. It's the Blue Crab House. Doors open at 4:30.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances. That's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
All right, Truth Teller here, checking in with words of wisdom to be applied in life and your business from the business attorneys at Jimerson and Burr. Their phone number is 389-0050. The website is jimersonfirm.com. Let's go to Hubert Green, one-time member of the PGA Tour, once said this, and I do quote, "Winning breeds confidence, and confidence breeds winning." End of quote. And that's deep. Jimerson and Burr, they represent businesses of all industries, all sizes, each matter with the same quality, care, attention to detail, and respect as if they were representing themselves. Okay, you own a business. It could be a very small business. Doesn't matter the size. Let's say you did something back in June or July, August, whatever. You haven't been paid, you're upset. It's time for representation. Contact an attorney at Jimerson and Burr. 389-0050 or go to jimersonfirm.com. That's Jimerson and Burr, office, Jacksonville.
1010XL has your Father's Day gift covered. From Mystic Cornhole,
check.
Woody's Barbecue,
check.
And Tobacco Cove.
Check. I guess that covers everything.
Getting a gift for dear old dad is easy at 1010XL.com.
How would you like to have a large portion of your credit card debt completely forgiven, both principal and interest? JetBlue wants to give you free information that shows you how. Thousands of people have used this program to have their credit card debt forgiven. So call now for free information and consultation, and we'll give you the secret to this money-saving program absolutely free. Get eye-opening information that could save you thousands of dollars a year or a month, depending on how much you owe. In fact, the more you owe, the more you can save. All you need is to have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, department store debt, or personal loans to qualify. So don't file for bankruptcy. Call for free debt forgiveness information now at 800-291-6670. That's 800-291-6670. To discover the secret to having your credit card debt forgiven, call 800-291-6670. That's 800-291-6670.
This is Coach Matthew Driscoll with the UNF Ospreys. If you want your players to be treated like the pros, we highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is Jason Christie from the Jacksonville Icemen. We trust Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for our team's orthopedic needs. And if you want to be treated like the pros, we highly recommend them.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Rediscover the comfort of being home. Prosser here. Lifetime Enclosures can help with sunrooms, screen enclosures, lanai conversions, outdoor kitchens, you name it. They got it. My parents invested in their comfort with Lifetime Enclosures. They love their new and improved outdoor space. By coming into their showroom, you can enjoy up to an additional $450 in savings at Lifetime Enclosures. Their staff observes all CDC guidelines and social distancing. And don't forget to stop by Lifetime Flooring next door. Tell them Jeff sent you. License CRC 028471.
Hidden Hills Golf Club wishes all of our friends in North Florida good health and safety during these challenging times. We are in this together, and together we will prevail. Please take good care of yourselves, and we hope to see you soon. Hidden Hills, Monument Road, Jacksonville.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
If you like cigars, make sure you get to thehumidor.com. If you don't like cigars, make sure you get to thehumidor.com. Father's Day's coming. Better Father's Day gift than cigars. Thehumidor.com is where you need to go. Huge selection of cigars, already low prices. Type in Sports Den, all lowercase, all one word, and you'll get 20% off of those already low prices. Make sure you get to thehumidor.com. What were you saying we'd be surprised about?
So people are talking about the NBA being moved back, and it's not necessary. There's some who have the COVID fear, but it's really the person who made the headline was Kyrie Irving.
Oh.
Flat earther.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving. And it's more so about everything that's going on. And using this as an excuse, should we really be playing basketball while all of this other stuff is going on? To be a distraction.
What does one have to do with the other?
That's what I keep saying. So something that I see it on every side with almost every argument. It's when you bring up, to not get into it, but when you bring up police brutality, you bring up something, people say, well, what about crime in Chicago? Well, why can't you be angry at both? Like, you're not angry about it. It's kind of like you bring this up as if it's a retort when it's really not. Why can't you actually play basketball and use your platform to still be angry about everything else? Like, to me, wouldn't it make more sense when you're playing a sport and you're isolated and everybody's watching it? Because the fear was, he's like, I don't want to make people comfortable and be their outlet. Like, be their sports. Like, now I'm playing and they have this thing.
He said?
Basically, that's what they're talking about. I'm like, well, you can make it more uncomfortable because now you're the only thing on TV. Like, you literally can push the conversation. But to not want to play because of that tells me one thing. Your ass is out of shape. That's what it really is. And you know that you're not going to, this is LeBron's championship to win. And those are the real issues. Like, to me, it's just like, it should be a no-brainer, man. Let's get
career
sports.
earnings for Kyrie Irving.
Well, while you're looking up the career earnings,
I already have them.
Ooh, okay. Excuse my interruption.
Yes.
He's in his second contract, right?
No, he's longer than that. He's been in the league 8 years.
Got a nice deal from
65 mil,
$127 million.
Boy, that NBA
got a max from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
that NBA money's stupid.
$127 million, Kyrie. Like, I mean,
promise you,
pretty easy to say, yo, I'm just going to chill for a little bit.
I don't know if he has that many baby mamas, so that money probably a little longer than other people's. But I'm going to get every bit of bread that I can get as long as I can get it.
Well, here was my question. Do you think, because Brooklyn, let's face it, Kevin Durant said he's not coming to play, even if they do this restart season, Brooklyn really wasn't in any sort of, this may be a team that wins the NBA Finals without Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving
did they get
only
the
playing.
Invite?
Yeah, they were in the playoffs.
Okay,
yeah.
so they're in the invite.
But do you think if Kevin Durant were to have said he was going to play, and let's say Brooklyn was a top 4 seed in the NBA, that Kyrie Irving would have said, you know what, guys, I don't know if we should be playing?
No, because Kyrie Irving at one time was with LeBron, right?
Yeah, before he messed that up.
I just wonder if he would have been singing a different tune if Brooklyn had a legitimate shot.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't want to
know
speak
where
for
one
him.
has
I'm not
to do with
speaking
the
for
other.
him. But
now that you explained it to me about the distraction, at least it's not in my mind, it's not a good reason, but it's a reason. It's more than what I'd heard before about the comfort, getting people comfortable. But I mean, at the same point, Kyrie, I mean,
but some of the other reasons, the rationales aren't anywhere near as
like, well, Dwight Howard's reason.
He's not any good.
He's actually having a good year.
Yeah, Dwight's having a very great year as a role player for the Lakers.
Say that again.
He's having a very great season.
The last part.
as a role player
That's
for
what
the
he was
Lakers.
signed as.
But I'm just saying, like, that's he's not like a big time guy. I don't care what
If he
Dwight Howard
doesn't,
has to say.
if Dwight Howard doesn't play,
It's going to hurt the Lakers.
it's going to hurt the
significantly.
Lakers.
Yes.
I believe it.
Yes.
But he's not the dude with the unibrow.
Well, no,
He's not. But
He's
when
not
your
LeBron. Is
second best
LeBron
option
James
is going to be
still on
what?
that team?
JaVale McGee as your big man? I don't think so.
Is any one of them stopping the robot with the Clippers?
No.
Thank you. He's gonna get his, or I forgot who else is on there. It's the other guy. Isn't it? They got
Paul
two
George?
guys. Yeah, is he stopping Paul George?
Dwight?
Dwight's not going to guard.
Dwight's
Paul
not
George.
going to be guarding the perimeter?
Point. That's my point. My point is the two best players for the Clippers, the only people we got to worry about, I say we, because I'm a LeBron fan, and my son said something to me on Friday on the way home that made me very proud. He's a LeBron fan too, so I'm like, okay.
What, do you want a Blaze pizza?
No,
Oh.
but the NBA .com had a sale going on. It was like everything was 70% off.
Oh.
And I was going to buy him the jersey until I realized how much shipping was, and it actually made no sense. I could just go to the store here and go buy him a LeBron jersey. I thought I was getting a deal. But all that being said is it'd be great if he's there, I'm with it. But he's going to do what LeBron James says do, like most of the league.
Well, he don't have to. Career earnings for Dwight Howard.
I know he's made a lot.
I know. This is shocking to me.
Is he? He's not two.
He's $250 million.
What?
He's over $240 million.
He has to play because unlike Kyrie, he doesn't know how to put on a cap. Because he's got them spread all around.
Can you believe that Dwight Howard has made $250 million?
I mean, when Dwight was prime Dwight in Orlando, they was giving him big money. We gave him a nice little
Orlando
contract when
never
we traded
gave
him.
Houston
gave him his big deal.
Yeah.
But
wow. $250 million? It's a lot of money.
Well,
Look,
did you hear what Ed Davis had to say about Kyrie and Dwight?
Who is Ed Davis?
He is a power forward for the Utah Jazz. Was a former Laker.
Oh, Kyrie's out for the year?
Yeah, well, that's what he was saying before this whole thing.
Oh.
But basically, Ed Davis was saying something along the lines of, I think what James was saying, he was like, it's really easy to kind of say we shouldn't play when you're making more money than a lot of us in the league.
I love the text line, man. The text line is just a perfect example of what's going on in the world today. It's unbelievable. Y'all keep it coming so you can keep us entertained for the 2 hours. Something else.
But I honestly believe, because baseball, I think that's what the baseball players have been arguing too, that it's real easy for a lot of guys who are in the upper echelon making a lot of money. Dwight's not making a lot of money with the Lakers now, but he made it.
He's only making what, like 2?
Yeah, I think
But he made a good amount of money.
But he made a good amount of money. Ed Davis was just saying, it's easy for Dwight Howard to say that when he's in Atlanta in his $20 million mansion, but there's some of us that need our checks to come in because we still have to provide for our families.
And we've made good money, but we haven't made our life-changing money yet. I don't care who you are, what you say. When you made $250 million, that's a lot. Like you can live you got a little FU money.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I just want to watch basketball. The rest of everything, I mean, just all I want to know is who am I watching? Am I watching? Are they playing? And who am I watching? That's all I want to know. If you don't want to play, then don't play.
To be honest with you, I don't really watch until the playoffs anyway. So
no, but I mean that like if Kyrie Irving doesn't want to play,
I don't care.
I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Like that's fine, dude. If that's the stance you want to take, I respect everybody's stance. But to say, hey, none of us should play.
You're saying speak for yourself.
Right.
Understood.
Right. That's all I'm saying. And then I don't even understand the Mike Gundy stuff. Will you explain that to me? I mean, this is what sports is these days, by the way. If you're tuning in and you're like, how come you aren't talking about Jags? Well, I don't have anything to say about the Jags right now. We are literally talking about everything sports related right now.
Right. Mike Gundy's okay.
The Oklahoma State football coach.
How to explain that? Remember we joke about the Duke coach, the coaches always come out and say, if I see a tweet or if I see something with a kid, and it's not good and it's not favorable. It shows their character, and I don't want to recruit them.
Right.
Like, and how we laugh about that. Well, the funniest thing is, I'm pretty sure if we look at the text line, I'm pretty sure if we look at people's social media, it's easy for, quote unquote, the adults to say that, but you don't live that. You don't live your life being cautious about what certain things, not your stance, but what certain things have to say. Gundy, forget this situation.
What is this situation?
Like, he's got a shirt. To me, I personally don't care. He has a shirt that says OAN, I think.
Oh,
OAN,
okay.
and it's a.
I didn't even know what that was.
It's a news network that, whether no matter what your beliefs are, some say it's far right. I don't look at it enough. I know I recognize some of the names that are on it, and I know they're entertaining, if nothing else. If I don't believe anything else they say, but that's not the point. Gundy has flirted and done a lot of things over and over again. And I think this might have been the thing that just pushed his player over the edge and just like, dude, we would tell play like.
So catch people up what you're talking about the player.
So his starting running back basically said, no, before that happened, excuse me, a track athlete at Oklahoma State retweeted Coach Gundy's tweet with the two people. I'm assuming those are his kids. They were fishing or whatever. They had Oklahoma State shirts on, and then he had OAN, One American News, I believe that's what it is, shirt on. He says, if this is what Oklahoma State represents, I just don't want to be a part of it. I'm generalizing the tweet. And then who cares what the track athlete says. But then some football players, one in particular being the starting running back, kind of chimed in saying, I'm with him. And he also stated that it's not about this. It's about this with everything else that's added to what Mike Gundy. Because Mike Gundy, like we talk about with Dabo, is very vocal about certain things and what his beliefs are. And they may be contrary to what the players are. And that's cool. You can state whatever you want to state. That doesn't mean that the player has to play for you. And Mike doesn't have to let him back. Mike can release him of his scholarship. That's what the transfer portal is for.
So are you telling me there's other things besides this?
Yes, Mike Gundy has just that can be when it comes to paying players. When it comes to paying players, the coronavirus, it's very not pro player. If that's
because the OAN shirt,
the shirt is not. That's just like wearing. If he wore a Fox News shirt, I wouldn't care. I don't care about those things. But he wore NBC, CBS, whatever.
So the player retweeted a picture of him and just said Chubba Hubbard is his name. Great football name.
That is dope.
I will not stand for this. This is completely insensitive to everything going on in society, and it's unacceptable. I will not be doing anything with Oklahoma State until things change. All caps change. I mean,
what I want to say is it's his right to wear whatever shirt he wants to wear and represent whatever he wants. And I don't necessarily think that that's the end of the world or a big deal. I want to make sure I'm clear about that. That being said, coaches always tell kids all the time, be careful and aware of what you're doing because at all times you represent the university and who you work for.
But is that a bad representation is what I'm asking?
But if possibly to that player, I guess. And it just depends on, I don't know anything about OAN. I don't know enough about it to be able to say that, but apparently it offended him. And there are some things that gets reported. I'm sure if I really went and looked at it, if it's consistent to what a lot of things are, if I look at what it says about George Floyd, if I look at what it says about a lot of these other different things, I can see I'm sure that I'll probably be like, I don't agree with those things, if that makes sense. But his players are clearly offended. It doesn't matter if he meant to do it or not. He got to handle that as a leader. If he boot him off the team, I don't care what you got to do. But if he has, let's say he has 23, 24 other players that feel the same way, you got a problem.
I got you.
And again, coaches do that to players when they're recruiting them out of their own words. It's no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
You and I both know that that's what they say, but they don't.
Without a doubt. And I know it's BS. But what I'm saying
is, if you're good enough, they don't care what you put on social
media. If you're a good enough coach, they'll suck it up and shut up. Because no matter what people joke about with Dabo, them boys going to come out. Somebody put, you go get Florida State beat 52-17. I'm like, ain't nothing I can do about that. Them boys going, Dabo got them boys primed and ready. It's just, Mike Gundy is just a really average football coach at the end of the day. And even before this, if Oklahoma State came and said you recruited one of your quarterbacks and there was a really good group of 5 school, you're probably gonna push them to the really good group of 5 school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like they're any good.
I just I
don't want to vilify people. Now, what Florida State fans did to my man Gene, that was terrible. All Gene did was wish 45 a happy birthday. And I don't mind. That's dope. Like, it's the president at the end of the day. And then people were like, you shouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. That's stupid.
I just okay. I guess what's his name? Chubba?
Yeah.
Chubba Hubbard. I almost feel like you you don't have to do anything to appease me, but I want to know the list of things that led up to this, because if it's just the T-shirt.
Somebody retweeted on there. I'm curious to know.
I'm looking
all
at his Twitter. Things. Yeah, I mean, if there's a bigger issue, tell me. I don't know. But if it's just a T-shirt, I don't
think it's obviously
because I know the coronavirus stuff. He had a lot to say about the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I got it. He says people are getting the virus. This was Mike Gundy. People are getting the virus and getting over it. They're back out there in public. They have antibodies that can help fight it. It's truly interesting to me to see what the mainstream media, sadly enough, just how negative everybody can be. Let's just report the news. Let's start putting things in there that are positive, because I know there's positives out there. Then he later issued a statement saying, I've been made aware that comments from my press conference have offended some. It was never my intention to offend anyone, and I apologize. My first priority is and will always be the student athletes and doing what is best for the program and the university. I guess this goes, you know what this is? This goes back to when all of the coaches were making their statements, James. Mm-hmm. And I think I feel the same way about this I feel about that. Is if it's Mike Gundy just being Mike Gundy, then you know who Mike Gundy is. You can or can't go to that school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'll say this. Mike Gundy is a 180-degree turn from the I'm a man, I'm 40 Mike Gundy.
I don't know Mike Gundy well enough to know.
I'm saying that guy went at a reporter for other reasons, but for the main reason for his player.
Attacking a player. Yeah.
And he stood up for his player. And I'm actually reading this. This is May 31st. I can't stop thinking about the horrible situation that happened in Minneapolis earlier this week. This is Mike Gundy. I've been in a loss of words to describe the shocking video of George Floyd. We did a peaceful protest June 3rd in Stillwater today. Proud of the citizens, proud of the protesters. I think it's just you see this and then you see something else, and I don't know.
But you can't both be true? Can't you watch conservative news and feel awful?
I agree. I think
I'm not asking you personally. I'm saying this somebody needs to I feel like somebody kind of needs to check the running back here and go, wait, what else? What are you saying? Because the guy,
I think the running back, actually, the more I look into this, I think he owes it to be able to say what other things what other things have you seen, or has he really, really said? Was it the coronavirus thing? And I'll give you that.
Right.
Or was it other things that really forced you? Because it's like what I said with Marvin. I don't have a problem with how Marvin handled it. Marvin. I was about to say Marvin Jones. Marvin Wilson.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Toward Coach Mike Norvell. I don't have a problem with how he handled it. I have a problem with were you really upset? It could have been handled with a phone call first. That's the only. But I get it. You found out about it publicly. You addressed it publicly. But right now, running back, you put yourself in a situation right now where if you were just mad about him wearing a T-shirt, yeah, it's kind of hard to pull back. Now you really made that was real. That was a salacious thing right there. You made you really. I need to know.
And we're getting some things on the text line. And let me just say this: like we're getting some text line things about this OAN. I've never watched.
I don't
OAN.
know enough about it. I'm not even going to pretend.
Yeah, I've never watched OAN. Where my question, and it's not really an opinion. It's my question is now it's a T-shirt thing. I just want to know the whole story. I guess that's the only thing I want to know.
Oh wow, my bad. I thought he was okay. So Chubba. Okay, wow.
No, he's the dude.
So let me ask you this, bigger than anything else, right? And not saying you have every right to do whatever you want. One thing I say consistently on the show, if you've never listened to our show, go check it. You got every right to say what you want to say, do what you want to do, as long as you're willing to deal with the consequences, both positive and negative.
Right.
I always said that. That's how my mother raised me.
Regardless of what it is.
Regardless of what it is. You can say that you could do the best thing in the world and you can still have people detract from it. So don't worry about that. But what I will say is this. Is a $15 to $25 t-shirt, possibly free, worth 328 carries, 2,094 yards, and 21 touchdowns. Not saying don't wear it, but what I'm saying is you took a picture, you wore it. Like if that same player, right? Let's say Hubbard,
right,
were to wear a In the Light of Everything, NWA, F the Police shirt. You're right to wear that. But is it worth you wearing that to have your voice? But you can do it in another way in your ability to wear it. So again, you have every right to do whatever it is that you want to do. But you got to understand that, like, he's a smart man. And the reason why I know he's a smart man, because he's 8-5 and he gets paid $5 million a year to go 8-5. He's got well, that guy's dead now, right? Their benefactor. T. Boone Pickens. Yeah.
Is he?
I don't know. But anyways, I know you had T. Boone Pickens loved you. But my thing is, that's the only thing I would say for Gundy, but I don't know enough about all the other stuff to be able to. I just know he's mad.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Like, I know who the Hubbard guy is, but I did not know this. Somebody just texted me. Terry just texted me and said, is Chua Hubbard?
Oh, okay.
Maybe his. How you get Chua out of CHUBA?
He's from Canada, so maybe.
I agree with you. I guess I even look at this differently than. Should I look at this the same way as I look at the Football Matters thing with Dabo?
Yeah.
Because I thought that was.
That wasn't. That's Dabo being Dabo, kind of, but at the end of the day, in the climate, you got to test it.
See, I thought that was silly of Dabo. I thought that, but this for some reason is different. Maybe because I don't know
what
what
I found out
really
about
is.
the Football Matters thing. It's not testing the temperature of the room in terms of what Dabo did, but they didn't just start making those.
Right.
Like this has been
He's
something like he's had it. It just wasn't really it wasn't the best t-shirt. Like out of all the t-shirts you have during this, let's just say for the rest of the 2020. Maybe that shirt you should just not wear. Just for 2020. Not telling you what to do. I'm sure Clemson gives you a lot of Nike shirts to rock Clemson 24/7. But that would just be my whole thoughts.
This is just where we're at, though, isn't it? It really is. I mean, and we've got like the text lines packed with people.
But you know what? It's not. It's for everybody else is getting a taste of what people who have had to put themselves out on the island. And have a voice for our opinion. We've seen all kinds of stuff that we've gotten for things that we said, not necessarily to where it's detrimental to your career, but like, I mean, it kind of is what it is. But to me, it's not about if what you did was the end of the world, but was there a better way? And it could be a learning experience, in my opinion.
I'm just gonna wear blank t-shirts.
Be dope. Where's motivation? Like my shirt says "boom."
Your shirt says "savage."
Oh, I had a boom one earlier. My bad. I had a boom one on earlier. I apologize. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't wear savage. Maybe that's a terrible shirt to wear. But where's some motivational quotes? Promote your company. Promote your brand. Had he promoted Oklahoma State, this would not even be an issue.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I all I say is just unfortunate. Not unfortunate. It's what comes with opportunity and the power that you get.
See, I kind of agree, and I'm going to go with a lot of the. I'm going to get to a lot of the text, but this one just came in, and there's part of me that agrees with this. It's not about the T-shirt. Mike Gundy is obviously conservative, and this young man is under the same widespread. Well, he says delusion, but I don't know that somehow being conservative means you are against minority rights.
No, I'm. Believe it or not, and this is the craziest thing.
But I think a lot of
people's perception. Yeah. It's the perception. But being a guy who has no choice but listen to everybody else, Like I always tell people, I'm not a liberal. You can go look at my voting record, you can go look at all of that stuff. But I have no choice. But with some of the stuff, I have no choice but actually understand what people are trying to say. If you really listen to most people that you call liberal and most people that you call conservative, you're really closer than what you really think. What we're doing is we argue and we talk about politics and social issues like it's gang warfare or it's like a football team. It's not about if I win or dominate you. It's about making America great.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's really about. And
for everybody.
Like it's not just for me. Like I said, fair treatment, true equal opportunity, more so equity. Yeah, because I don't want to give up the rights that I made. I work my ass off to be a good football player and be able to use some of those things. And some people their families worked years to get them in a position. I just want to be able to get to that position. So when you have a young man who maybe doesn't know much, maybe I'll go to that then.
He's
but
probably gonna be playing on Sunday.
Yeah, but the thing is let's educate him, but in a better way. This is an opportunity when you're in leadership. When you go into these homes, these coaches, correct me if I'm wrong, these coaches go into these kids' homes and say, I'm going to be like your dad, your son's father, your son's parent when you're not here.
Most do. Yeah.
So you don't get the opportunity to say you're a liberal delusionist because you wouldn't say that to your kid. You got to go in with the opportunity and explain your position in a way that you would explain it to a person that you actually love. And that's what's missing. Talk to people with the way that you would talk to your loved ones and stop talking over each other. I don't think you conservative doesn't mean you're racist at all. But I will say, just like liberal doesn't mean you're pro black or pro minority, because there's a lot of liberals who have rhetoric that's very anti that, and there's a lot of conservatives, if you go and you look at it, that have rhetoric that's very anti anything that's disruptive. That could be part of it. Maybe if people would stop talking at each other.
I think that's an interesting conversation that we haven't had yet, though, on air. What does all of this is happening? How does this change recruiting? Like, what questions? I haven't heard anybody talk about this on air. What questions get asked in the living room now that didn't get asked before? Let's get to that coming up next.
NASCAR is back on 1010XL. Satisfy your need for speed.
Oh, he's bugging down in there, baby.
This Sunday at Talladega. Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. From Jacksonville's NASCAR station, 1010XL.
Blue here for Streamsong Golf Resort and Spa. Play the Black Course, which Golf Week ranked as the third best course in the state of Florida. I played Streamsong many times, and there's nothing like it. Golf Digest gave Streamsong the 2020 award for the best golf resort. Stay and play packages are available. Several restaurants, spa, pool, fishing, sporting clays, perfect for your golfing buddies or the whole family. Call Streamsong today at 863-428-1000 or go to streamsongresort.com.
If you're a man over 45, have frequent urination, an urgent need to go, a weak flow, or waking at night to urinate, it's time to consider UroLift. This is Dr. West, urologist with McKeever Clinic. UroLift is a non-invasive outpatient procedure with minimal downtime. If you suffer from an enlarged prostate and want to avoid the sexual side effects of medication and invasive surgery, UroLift may be for you. Contact McKeever Clinic at 355-6583. That's 355-6583.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, I've heard you talk about the quality philosophy of Underwoods. Just what is that?
Frank, simply stated, the Underwood quality philosophy is fine jewelry and gifts will bring customers back and create new customers through the endorsements given to Underwoods by our satisfied customers. However, it's our definition of quality that's really been the Underwood difference, because quality has to go beyond materials and craftsmanship and has to include things like design, how it's presented, our service, our integrity, a customer's experience in our store, and the satisfaction a customer feels when they've chosen a special gift from Underwoods. A person or a company earns a reputation over a long period of time. And in Underwoods, we know that you earn your reputation every day, because that good reputation can be lost in a matter of days if you're not committed to doing the right thing for the long term.
That's Underwood, serving excellence in North Florida since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shop's Father's Day sale. For a limited time only, trade in your old clubs and receive a 50% bonus trade-in towards any participating Cobra inline golf clubs. All Nike, Adidas, Puma, and Under Armour apparel is now 25% off. Check out the Bushnell Tour V5 rangefinder, which measures up to 400 yards to the flag. And introducing Bushnell's Wingman, the world's first Bluetooth speaker with audible GPS distances. Edwin Watts Golf Shop's Father's Day sale going on now. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
Hi, folks. Frank Frangie here, reminding you again that Stanley Pools is the best pool company in Jacksonville and has been since 1988. Call them at 269-7277 for new pools, remodeling, pavers, fire pits, you name it. They have their own screening division. They do it all, and they can provide maintenance for your pool as well. Lord knows I use them for that. If you want a pool company you can trust, call the best one in town. Stanley Pools. 269-7277 for Stanley Pools.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On June 15, 2004, the Detroit Pistons defeat the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, giving the team their first championship since 1990.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we got the trial experience and the expertise you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. If you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Just call 904-HIT-BACK for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell. Don't get caught off guard this hurricane season. Call Armor Guard. Armor Guard Exteriors is your local hurricane specialist. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. Armor Guard installs a lightweight hurricane fabric that can withstand Category 5 storm conditions. It fits right over your windows, is easy to install and store away. Hurricane season is here. Act now before the next storm hits. For more information, go to agenf.com. Enter promo code 8 for special discounts.
Been dreaming of Subway tile and butcher block counters? Outdoor kitchens and pavers?
Oh, honey.
The weather's great and it's time to knock out those nagging home projects with a Honeydew HELOC from 1-to-1 Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. Borrow up to 90% loan to value and pay no closing costs. Best of all, we'll give you a free wheelbarrow. That's right, a free wheelbarrow. Apply today at 1to1fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA. Just please, no more shiplap.
If you hate the virus, hang in there. It'll all be over soon. High Flying Jacko here, a fellow virus hater, suggesting you join us at Woody's Barbecue today.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
It is the Sports Den on a Monday night, filling in for Rick Ballou into the night, who's on vacation. He'll be back next week. Don't worry about it. We ain't going to be here all the time. Not at this time, anyway. Usually here, 8 o'clock, right? Mm-hmm. Make sure you get to ABC. ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. That's where you need to go. Reach for the good stuff. You go to the new ones and it makes you want to reach for the good stuff. It's just so comfortable in there, just so nice. It's like, feel bad going bottom shelf in one of the new ones. I want to get to this. We got a texter that I'm gonna address during 8 o'clock, if you're cool with that.
Hey man, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So a couple of the texts, like one texter in particular, I'm gonna address during 8 o'clock. But we were talking about before we went to break about everything that's going on right now. How does this change college recruiting? How does it change? I think more specifically the questions asked, all that kind of stuff. And before we even get into that, like the thing that I want to make sure of is that what I'm getting is genuine. Whatever it is, I can deal with it. Like that was the thing of the statements that college coaches were making is, were they genuine or were they written by someone else?
Some of them you could tell, or some are just great orators. I can't remember stuff, but like I get on Dabo. Dabo literally read from a sheet of paper his statement.
I think I know who Dabo is. I'm not calling Dabo a racist, but I know who Dabo is. Right? I just like when Dabo goes into a living room, does Dabo even do that anymore, really? Or is that such a
probably
well-oiled
more of a
machine?
guy. They're a well-oiled machine when it comes to recruiting, and they don't care. They get the stars, but they don't care about the stars.
Mhm.
Like let's say it's a linebacker position. They're offering 10 guys between 5 stars and 3 stars, and if they got 4 slots, it's the first 4 that commit. It could be 4 3 stars, and they're going to roll with those. Those guys are going to probably get bumped up in rating eventually because Clemson got them.
Right.
But that's kind of how he operates, and that's how he rolls. So, I mean, especially in the day and age where you got kids feeling so much pressure that they'll commit without even seeing a college campus. Like, you know that they're not really. But not everybody is afforded that opportunity. Mike Gundy is definitely not one of those guys. And eventually you do have to go and seal it up. Like, as we see Saban doing the Cupid shuffle and and the wobble.
Mm-hmm. So now 3-star, 4-star, 5-star recruit.
Mm-hmm.
Guys come in the house. Mom and dad's there.
Mm-hmm.
Does this come up now?
Yes.
Did it come up before?
Kind of.
Rarely,
not
right?
Not really. Like, kind of.
In all the years I've been training quarterbacks, I've heard it come up one time.
In like a very
gut feeling kind of way?
Not gut. Like, it's just, you're going to hear what are your real views more. Before it's like people want to one of the people who said something like that's completely untrue, but I don't really care about that. Bobby disappointed. Not for who he voted for. I don't care.
Bobby Bowden.
But Bobby Bowden is one of the few people I actually still believe are whole Christian principles.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when he says and he puts his
James played for Bobby Bowden.
when he puts his Christianity as a cosign, that is a huge statement. And if I don't view that person, or when I look at that person and it doesn't look like what you are, I was disappointed. But what he did for me as a man, as a player, whether it was because I was good or not, he still did it. Mm-hmm. And he did it for many other people who are a lot better. I can't never forget that. I can't forget those things. But when I look at, you know, where were you and what did you say? Like, if I was a parent, where were you and what did you say to your players when this happened? Like, did you stand up for them? Okay. All right. And then what happens is when you get all of the information, all you can do is this. Does it still put my baby in the best situation to be able to make money? And if what I said was, and I said this, it's between Clemson and Ohio State, I like the way Ryan Day handled it better. Mm-hmm. Both to get your kid to the league.
Right.
But if it's really a coin flip, I'm going to look at what Ryan Day did, and I'm going to send my kid to Ryan Day over Dabo, just based on how I felt he handled it. So those are things, and it's not about tap dancing. It's about, you have to. It's the same. You got to know where your bread is buttered. You got to know how your bills are paid. Again, have whatever view. I can respect it. Doesn't mean I like it or agree with it, but I can respect anybody who has their views and their standpoint, and you stand tall on it. Doesn't mean I like you or even agree with you.
Is it out of bounds for coaches to make that part of the pitch? The way they respond.
Yes, because anytime you put again, what Mike Norvell did with his thing where he got called out by Marvin Wilson, the text message was enough. But what he said, I literally did everything, made it look like you did more for your boys, that you went above and beyond and did more for any of your other boys. Now, if you're doing that consistently, speak on that. But if you don't, when you get caught,
take Ryan Day. Take Ryan Day.
Now, if he comes out,
so Ryan Day comes to your son's your house. He's recruiting your son, and part of his pitch on why you should bring your son to play for Ryan Day, you didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the pitch. It's right behind the cost of living stuff.
Right.
Is look how I handled the situation. Is that something? Does that make it seem ingenuine, or does that make it okay? Is it okay?
I don't want you coming in and telling me about how you're going to. I don't need you to sell me on how well you treat black people.
Okay.
I need you to show me.
Okay.
And if I see it, obviously I've been followed. If you're a program that's recruiting me, obviously I've been followed. But if you feel the need to come in and have to tell me that
To reinforce it.
to reinforce it, then that means you're selling me. You're not actually.
And that's why I'm asking, because we've been around
But
college
but there
coaches
will be guys who have to answer for things that they didn't.
and there will be guys that overcompensate.
And there will be guys that overcompensate. Yeah. So and that's just natural. And that's where I say, like, man, I don't care if you beat up. Like, to me, like, if you know, like, just don't say anything. That's why people respect Saban. Just don't say nothing. But if I knew I've never made $5 million a year. I don't know what it feels like.
Mhm.
But if I knew I made $5 million a year, and me consistently making $5 million a year was predicated on 70%, I may have views that are different, but I'm going to probably try to go about it not because I'm hiding who I am, it's because I don't want to unintentionally offend anybody. Like, there's people who live with are married to somebody who's completely different. Like, there's people who actually marry Florida Gators that are Florida State alum. Don't know why, but it's weird, but they do it. But you're going to try to not offend that person because you actually love that person.
Mm-hmm.
And when you make an offense, you're going to do everything to try to at least make up for the offense, but you're going to try not to do it again. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's really like, all right, this is only a few things that I probably shouldn't do. Doesn't mean I don't believe it. It's just that I need these guys.
Right.
And yes, they kind of need you, but I think people forget college is the only time where the player and the athlete actually chooses you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't choose them. And what you don't want to do, and what's going to be harder to go explain to boosters, is when all of a sudden your actions, because it's funny, like Texas A&M got people saying Black Lives Matter, and there's literally on the other side, cool, whatever. You don't want to answer. You're gonna all lives matter yourself into 4 and 8,
mm-hmm.
and into being fired. Again, what's the worth? Like, again, like, it's just like, to me, that's my thoughts on that.
No, I follow you. It's going to be interesting to see recruiting pitches these next couple of years, because in addition to the regular stuff, which is facilities and cost of living, what you get paid while you're there, because guys do get checks.
They get checks.
Education. Now you've got name, image, and likeness, and what you're going to do for that, how you're set up for that, how they're going to succeed with name, image, and likeness checks. And now on top of that, you got the social issues as well. Like, it is.
I think players have found out that they really do have a voice and are powerful.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about that.
And I think really that's what makes people uncomfortable, because now I don't have to shut up. You more than now, could it be abused? There's always abuses of power.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, it's simple stuff as maybe don't name a monument or a dorm hall that I have to stay in after a guy who owned slaves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel comfortable staying. I mean, can you at least, like, I mean, I get it. Maybe it's been that way for 100 years, but can you now at least see the dichotomy of a guy who's coming to school and he's playing but sleeping in a dorm that's named after a person that owned people like him? Like, maybe that makes you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could at least see how it can make somebody uncomfortable.
No doubt. I think that's actually a great point about players kind of finding their voices, and I think is, in a weird way, the way all of this came about. If you think about coronavirus first, and how everybody was hell-bent on getting these college athletes back to school. Let me back that up. Back to sports. Then it almost made everybody go, okay, yeah, they're not really students, because nobody's stressing about the students that aren't there. And then now on top of that, you're seeing college athletes organize these protests, rallies, right? And it's not just, it's Trevor Lawrence. It's not just the black players. Like, I think it's amazing how much has changed in the last 120 days. I can't think of another time in my life where there's been as much change and uncomfortable conversation, and that's not always bad. I can't think of another time in my 43 years where that much has happened in 90 to 120 days about everything. And then there's always going to be the people on extreme sides of both sides.
Facts.
But the reality is 80% of us having the conversations aren't those 10% each side.
Yep.
Right? We're having conversations just like you and I are, which is going to bring us to 8 o'clock. If you don't listen to the show every night, we do a segment called 8 o'clock. It's what we're hating on. And tonight, it's going to be one of you that texted something in on mine. I'm not going to control James or RJ's if RJ has it. RJ don't ever seem like he has 8 o'clock, though. RJ always seems happy.
What?
You just seem happy. That's a compliment, RJ.
Thank you.
You're a happy guy.
Thank you.
You're always in a good mood. 8 o'clock coming up next.
Jaguars, Gators, Seminoles. Jacksonville's football station, 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Hi, I'm now Lawrence Stample, former Seminole football player and owner of NLS Cleaning. If you're looking for pressure washing or gutter cleaning, look no further. NLS Cleaning is locally owned and operated here in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida. From residential to commercial, roofs to sidewalks, let our company tailor to your specific needs. Visit our Facebook for pictures and specials. For estimates, please visit our website at nlscleaning.net or give us a call at 904-708-8802.
Beaver is open for business, and we're here to recover together. We understand the importance of community, so Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are supporting local businesses. With the purchase of every vehicle, you will support a local business and receive a $200 gift card of your choice. Buy a car, support a local business, and help us recover together. Plus, Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are offering 0% financing or no payment for 6 months. Visit beavercares.com for more information on how you can support the recovery of our community together.
Internal Revenue Service. When you owe a personal or business tax debt and can't pay, just hearing those 3 words brings feelings of fear and anxiety. I'm Jonathan David Suryash, Managing Tax Attorney at J. David Tax Law. Everyone knows that if you owe the IRS and don't pay, it's only a matter of time before tax liens, wage garnishments, or bank levies happen to you. The first step to resolution is our no-cost consultation. We take the time to go through your specific tax problem step by step. We explain exactly what your options are and how we will resolve your tax issue. J. David Tax Law is a local firm right here in Jacksonville, where only an experienced tax attorney will represent you. Our fee payment plans are affordable for everyone. If you have tax problems, call us now for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777, or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. That's jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Ackerman Urology has the latest options for improving men's health and vitality. Our board-certified urologists treat prostate disease and sexual health issues to ensure your confidence and wellness. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Of course, Roland Reach Plumbing has awards from Folio Weekly and the Bold City's Best. Now, Roland Reach is also confirmed as the Google Guaranteed Plumbing Service. Because when you do plumbing right, the word gets around. That's Roland Reach Plumbing.
The flagship station of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Dailies is named Dailies for a reason, because they're there every day, ready to serve you. And in the cold case, there's a cold Bud Light waiting for you, too. From 12 to 18 packs or a couple of 16-ounce cans on the go, it's always cold at Dailies.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. You've heard us talk about it. Window World, the #1 window replacement company in the USA, selling over 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years.
That's a lot of satisfied customers, and why J.D. Powers has awarded Window World Best in Customer Satisfaction 3 out of 4 years.
Window World stands behind their slogan, simply the best for less. With Window World, you get top quality windows at a price that leaves more of your money in your bank account, and you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement industry. When compared to our competition, there is none. See for yourself. Call the competition. Get quotes from them. But before you buy, get Window World's free estimate and compare the quality of the windows and the price.
You'll see.
And when your new Window World windows are installed and they're saving you money on your energy bills, if anything goes wrong with those windows, Window World and I will be there to make it right. That's my guarantee.
Call Window World today. Start saving money on your new windows and your energy bills, and take vacation with your savings. Window World, online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
This 1010 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the sports den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hang out.
8 o'clock brought to you every night by Loose Air Quality, L-U-C-E airquality.com. Environmental testing for your home or your business. If you think you've got some mold issues, you need to get Loose Air Quality in there to do their environmental tests. Let you know if you do have them, where you do have them, what can be done about it. You don't know anybody that does this, and you live in the state of Florida where you may have mold issues at some point. You need to know who to call. You don't want it to just sit around. It's going to get you sick. It's going to cost you a ton of money. You need to get to Loose Air Quality. Locally owned and operated, the best equipment. That's where they put all their resources, is in their equipment and their people. You need to give them a call, 904-803-1014. That's Loose Air Quality. If you're buying a house, get them to come in and check it out. If you're a property manager and you probably need their number on speed dial, just save it. Loose, L-U-C-E, Air Quality. That's 904-803-1014, or you can go to looseairquality.com. I'll start off 8 o'clock. We've gotten a ton of text messages, which is awesome. We are a pro text line show. If you've listened to us, you know that. A lot of times we read them, but we can't read all of them because we get hundreds during the show. So we'd literally just do a show on the text messages. But there's one that just kind of stuck out to me. Like, there's a lot of you that have opinions. And that's cool. That's awesome. Everybody's allowed an opinion. But there's one, 614, who said early in the show, talking to you, said, now you're controlling how black people protest. Also, there's pandemic going on without a vaccine. James, some of us black people actually care about the abuse that we are enduring at the hands of the police. Now I'm wondering, are you culturally conditioned? Then he comes back 10 minutes later, says, I'm shocked that James doesn't really give a damn about black issues. Then he doesn't represent black people. I'm shocked. Wow, James is a real sellout. And then he came back and said, I apologize for that last sentence. Man, 614, I don't know. You may know both of us. I don't know who you are. I have no idea. I didn't look up your phone number to see if it's on my phone. I don't know. Maybe you know us. Maybe you don't. But I can't just sit here and let you call James a sellout. That's not happening. Like, I have known James long enough, know where he came from, and know what he does in the community to know that the man is on a radio station with a microphone in front of him, giving his opinion and having a conversation. And if that's a sellout, then where are we going? Like, if having a conversation that doesn't happen very often on airwaves is a sellout, man, come on, dude. Like, nah. If you said that about somebody else, I'd let it slide. But no, that couldn't be further from the truth. Sorry, I couldn't let it slide.
No, I mean, we've talked on Twitter. If that's the guy on Twitter, we talked about some stuff on Twitter here. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I'll tell you this: I got on here for an entire week and talked about a situation that I've been in. I didn't die, but I've been in, and what I saw, and took a kicking on text line, my inbox, invited a lot of stuff that very few people have to do, because again, when I get on the microphone and I say something, and I'm on TV and I have all these things, there's a face that's associated with it. There's a Twitter handle that's associated with it, and people can come at me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but literally every day, 2 times a day, 5 days a week, I had to sit here and talk about it. I don't claim to I can't. We are not a monolith. Nobody's a monolith, but definitely African Americans are a monolith. That we do not. There's not one voice for African Americans.
I actually did.
There's a lot of people who grew up in worse situations that I grew up in. There are people who grew up in the majority. And to be honest with you, I call people out all the time. I'm gonna be perfectly frank with you. There's a lady, Candace Owens, who I can't stand. But she has her right to have her opinion. I have my right to call her what they do. And anybody wants to call me anything. But again, it's very difficult to be called a sellout on one hand and then be called a race baiter on the other one. I'm pretty sure it's very confusing, like, to know what you actually are. But what I will say is this: is I'm American. I'm very African American. I'm a military person. I'm a guy who grew up in the hood. I'm a former athlete. I have sons who are very handsome, who grew up in a middle class neighborhood, who are in classes with people who don't look anything like them. That I have to answer a lot of questions that are harder than anything that you guys could ever say to me. When my son asked me, "Dad, are people who don't look like us as mad as we are at 7 years old?" I almost lost it. Not on him or being angry. Like, I couldn't.
Right.
I'm a very calm and contained person for the most part. But that one caught me and choked me up. All I can do is here's the thing. I'm 6 foot, 285 pounds. Black guy with dreads. If I'm mad all day, which I am sometimes, and I go around and I'm mad at people all day, I run the risk of being just like the people we're marching for. But I have a platform to where I can at least open dialogue, and you'll be surprised at a lot of the people whose minds, who have open hearts, who have changed. And really, at the end of the day, that's all I'm concerned about, because I know this: they make Coleman men big. So I got 2 large Negroes that are going to be coming on this earth. And if it's the same climate that we're dealing with now, when they're there, when they're grown up, then I don't want them to be around. And that's a shame. And those are the things that we got to understand. And I can't just do it. I can't beat everybody up, no matter how much of a badass that I believe I am, or that my father is, or that we say these things. You can't fight everybody, and the best way to do it is about having people come together and try to figure out how we can fight this on our own. Everybody has a lane. I put my time, talent, and treasure into trying to uplift and show people that there's more to African Americans than what you fear. Hell, I fear the black man that's in some of these white people's head, or some in black people's heads. I have no idea who that person is. I've never met that person, but it's obviously scary to them, and I have to make sure they understand that when they encounter us, that's not us. We smile, we sing, we make good food, and we're damn smart, and we bring a lot to the table. So I mean, that's really the discussion. I'm not here, and I like Denny. I've done business with Denny over the years, and we have a really good radio show, and I can't get nothing by arguing with Denny. And half of the people on the text line will be all smiles and Hallmark cards when they see you in person. So me arguing with the person whose number I have, but whose number I can never go and really call and get in contact with, is a waste of time and good radio.
It's interesting to read the text line from where we sit, though, because either one of us can say one thing and we get 2 completely different comments on the same thing. It's just interesting. It's interesting. Like, I wish you guys could see this, because it's 3 or 4 times during the course of this show, and then all the last week or 2, we'll talk about something, and then we'll have one person text us one thing and another person text us the exact opposite on what they think we just said. It just goes to show how I don't even want to say the climate, like the environment we're in right now. Yeah. It just kind of goes to show. But we've always been a show that comes in here, and RJ can back us up on this. JJ can back us up on this. Anybody, we walk in with 0 notes, like 0, not a note. RJ, you work other shows. Any other show like that?
No.
We always when we started this show 6 years ago, the whole thought was, we want to make this like it's you and your boys sitting around talking sports, life, whatever, right? Guys, it's harder to do that sometimes. Sometimes we come in here, especially during the pandemic, there ain't nothing to talk about. It's not like we can go to Pro Football Talk and come up with 2 hours of content.
Not a damn thing, man. I'll be honest with you. Like, I mean, shoot, I'm happy until I was happy we're getting back there until every Dallas Cowboy got COVID and 10% of all college athletes. Well, just the way they just made it sound like it's like Jerry Jones just was passing out COVID checks. But I mean, yeah, we want sports, but the bigger thing with all of that is sports does unify, and it's a microcosm of society and all that, all those other nice big words. We'll be right back into all this if we don't really just deal with the issue. You said something really good. I'm not like you were talking with Pops, your dad, and you said something was like it's only 3 things that people need to be. Like, be a good person, don't say anything racist, and then I forgot
don't be stupid.
And don't be stupid. And you'll be shocked at how successful you'll be in life and with people.
Yeah. Yep. I do want to get into some sports stuff. You have any hate o'clocks?
Nah. I'm not really angry. I'm not. I mean, I'm angry, but like I'm not like
not hate o'clock angry.
Not hate.
There's no specific.
There's no specific thing.
I got you. I mean, I am still hating on baseball. Just kind of wrap up 8 o'clock. I've given up on them.
Baseball.
I've just given up on them, man. It's like we said this before this whole thing happened. They had such an opportunity here to recapture what they used to be, like to get eyes on them and to get people interested in the game again.
You want to know something interesting about baseball's demographic?
Yeah, go ahead.
The average age is 57 years old. 57-year-old white male.
Yep.
Like, that is not the demographic that you want to have. Like, not the average. Like, you want to have that, but you want the largest demographic to probably be your 20 somethings.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way to get that is to get them interested in it. And you would have got that if you would have just played it right now, because everybody would watch it.
Don't even care how you play it. I mean, look at golf yesterday. I watched golf yesterday. I watched 2 hours of golf yesterday. Like,
I know you don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
But Alvin Kamara went viral.
Yeah, no.
Talking about NASCAR and the treatment that he had with NASCAR, and a bunch of people are watching it just because he's watching it. Imagine if you just there's way more access to baseball. Way more access to baseball.
Bro,
this could have been
genius. It was that whole thing. He took over the NASCAR IG.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like, the whole thing, we share the same marketing agent.
Okay, yeah.
And so he was telling me about this, and Dave was one of the first ones that actually put out, like, okay, this is what's going to be happening. Put it on his IG story. And so I kind of followed it throughout the day. It was like textbook on what baseball could be doing right now. Like, baseball, my age, I'm 43. So my age remembers a good part of baseball growing up. But really, with the last, like, there's 2 memories when I think of baseball in my adult life. I think of McGuire and Sosa,
which they're about to do the 30 for 30.
And Bonds a couple years later. And then I think of those crazy Yankees-Red Sox series.
Yep.
When the Red Sox finally won the World Series. Guys who are in that demographic you just talked about, they remember you're talking Pete Rose, you're talking about amazing history in baseball. You had a chance to, like, start to build up the teenage group now, because everybody's sitting around doing nothing else.
And you got some guys that kids could flock to. You got like Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is a I don't know if he's any good this year, but he's a very personable guy that's huge that people would like in your biggest market, or one of your bigger markets. There's tons of guys that they could that they can relate to.
Mookie Betts,
yeah,
5-tool African American player, very, very good.
Just got traded. Like
the Dodgers.
Yeah, the whole story.
So again, another large market. It's just things you just I heard I don't know if it was Frangie. No, it was Hicken talk about how very few African American players are in the bigs like that. But a guy like that is somebody that could be the Ken Griffey Jr. Of this year. Because I didn't, again, when I stopped watching baseball, it was right around the strike. But I do remember growing up and hearing about Ken Griffey Jr. And the guy he ended up having he ended up going blind. Is it Gwynn? Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn, obviously Barry Bonds, who I remember Barry Bonds before he got the large head, when he was still in baseball.
Phenomenal baseball player.
It's just this would have been a great time to do that But right now, going back to what NASCAR did with this is, which was dope. Alvin Kamara brought this up. Completely changed, or not overnight, but got the momentum shifted from having people believe that it's just a bunch of rednecks rocking Confederate flags to where it's a group of people who are embracing guys who want to come and learn about their sports. Because you got Alvin Kamara saying, "Man, this is the response." And then when somebody gave a negative response, you saw all the NASCAR fans attack it like white blood cells on a virus. Like they just came at that person. Probably gonna get that person fired, unfortunately, for what they said to him. But it's there. That's what the beauty. That's the beauty of social media. When you actually do it the right way, like you'd be surprised at how beautiful it is. And sports.
The thing that's irritating about baseball to me is like people are trying to blame the players or the owners or whatever. There's times where you just kind of come together and go, okay, this is for the betterment of all of us. And it just seems like they've completely missed that.
Like I just think that it would have been the people with the most money. Whether it be the players, like saying, okay, I'm going to take a sacrifice, that would have been dope. Or the owners just saying, like, you know what we lose now, we'll gain over the next 10 years.
Yep.
Because
one of them.
we are literally the only real live action sport. Again, NASCAR is driving around in a circle. Dope, but it's not like baseball where you can see the pitcher batter duel and you can hear a commentator. It's something that you can literally go outside and do.
Yeah.
Like you try to go
and
outside.
Most people already have a team. That's the other thing. Most people, whether they watch baseball or not, they grew up rooting for a team. It was a time to give them a chance to reconnect with whatever that team is because you can televise all the games. It's irritating to me. Very irritating as a baseball fan that I am. Now, if they sit out this year, it's like I'm pretty much like whatever. I don't even care about you anymore. All right, that was an extended version of 8 o'clock. We'll get to some sports coming up next.
This is Jacksonville Sports Radio, 1010XL.
I was on the go. It was time to eat. I said, baby, where my Danny? 'Cause they can't be beat. She got something else when it was time to choose. And after just one bite, I got that soggy sandwich blue. Should've known better, only Danny will do. Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you. Yeah.
All right, Blue here for Key. That's Key Buick GMC. Right now, you can drive like a pro in the brand new GMC Sierra 1500. Save up to $12,000. All right, that's 23% off. Been telling you that I just purchased a brand new Buick Enclave. It's absolutely out of this world. They have several in stock. Whenever you buy a brand new Buick, whenever you buy a brand new GMC, it always comes with the lifetime powertrain warranty. You're not going to find that anywhere else in town. They're also the home of the $99 Encore lease. $99 a month. Wow. Talk about saving money. You can get that right now over at Key. Folks, they're sensational over there. They really are. I bought 4 cars from the folks at Key Buick GMC, and I can't see where I'd ever want to shop anywhere else. Check them out right across the street from Tinseltown, Southside and Gates.
Everyone's loving what Diamonds Direct is doing right now. It's the best stimulus plan ever. 5 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase with no money down. It's Diamonds Direct's way of helping you make your money go further as we all look forward to better days. Just pick any item in Diamonds Direct showcases. Get the amazing value price you know we're known for. Make no down payment and spread your payments over 5 years without paying a dime in interest. That means a $6,000 designer ring is yours for just $100 a month. This makes everything more affordable at a time when we need it most. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, colored gemstones, designer fashion jewelry. Take the price, divide by 60, and that's your payment. You can even finance the sales tax. Celebrate summer, celebrate life, celebrate love with Diamonds Direct's most spectacular offer ever. 5 years, 0 interest with nothing down. Now for a limited time on approved credit. Diamonds Direct.
How much money would you like to save just by doing something you're already doing? How about 40%? With Allstate, safe drivers can save 40% just by doing something they're already doing. Driving safe. That's right, 40% just by driving safe. Visit Allstate.com or call a local agent for a quote today and see just how much you can save when you drive safe with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Savings vary based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Take advantage of working from home and get that project or spring cleaning done now. Rick Ballou here for Small Haul Dumpsters. They offer short-term dumpster rental with low rates and zero hidden fees. Saving you more on any size cleanup. Give Small Haul Dumpsters a call today. 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com to reserve your small haul dumpster today and get $50 off your first rental. Call today, 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com.
This message is brought to you by Community First Credit Union.
Well, it's been a difficult few weeks, to say the least. Jacksonville has seen tough times before, but nothing like this. Now, as we move towards reopening and getting back to work, let's not forget what we've experienced and what we've learned. And one thing we've learned is that there are no strangers in Jacksonville. We are one city, one community. And this pandemic has touched all of our lives, regardless of who we are. From Jack's Beach to Baldwin, from Fernandina to Fruit Cove, we've faced this thing together because that's how we do things in Jacksonville. All of us at Community First realize that staying safe is what matters now. So as we start to bring our city and our lives back to life as we know it, that means looking out for each other. So that's what we'll do. And we'll get through this to a better, brighter future in Jacksonville.
Federally insured by NCUA.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On June 15, 2004, the Detroit Pistons defeat the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, giving the team their first championship since 1990.
Peninsular Pest Control can help you with bugs inside and outside of your home. Our trained service technicians specialize in treating interior and exterior pest problems. Whether it's mosquito suppression or ant control, they stand behind their service. Schedule a free consultation by phone or online at crittergetter.com. Ask about the $30 discount on new services. Remember, Peninsular is your Critter Getter.
Tire Outlet is bringing the tires to you. Mike Dempsey here to tell you that Tire Outlet is now offering mobile service. No hassle, quick same-day installation. They're the largest locally owned tire shop in town, so wherever you are, choose a time and location that's convenient for you. A Tire Outlet professional will bring the new tires out and install them. Call this number to make an appointment, 600-0089. For mobile tire installation, that's 600-0089. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
All year long, you'll be singing our song. Stay cooler with Bueller. At the head of our class, we make it happen fast. Stay cooler with Bueller. For heating and air, we always play fair. We make the difference because we really care. Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
It is the Sports Den on a Monday night, filling in for Into the Night with Rick Ballou, who is on vacay. Good for him. You know what we need to do is we need to come up. I would prefer it to be August, but we need to figure out a vacation. We have not taken a 1 week vacation since we started this show 6 years ago. Like we have at different times.
Oh, you're talking about together. Like we just haven't had...
You know what? Just get before football starts, bring on Chuck Oliver early. Let RJ and JJ do a show for a week.
That would be hilarious.
Y'all can do the Sports Den as long as management approves that. It's not like we can do that.
And don't open that door.
But
I'll run right through it.
Do that now.
But I don't want to do it before August because then I'm still busy my other job. I want a week where I can just shut it down.
I mean, once August hits, we're only working 3 days a week.
Who? What are you talking
on the
about?
radio.
What? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Jags play
Thursday,
preseason.
Sunday.
Jags play preseason games on Thursday, so we're not on. Friday is high school.
Man.
And then our Sunday show doesn't start
Okay,
until
fine. You just
September.
come in here and do it then.
No, I'm saying like I'm good. Like I'm good missing 3 days. Or actually, I mean,
oh, you're saying it's a good time to do
it's a good time to do it. We're
I
not doing like it's get people prepared and kind of wean them off of us for a little bit to make them like, hey, where'd those obnoxious guys go?
I got you. Because we are coming back this year for the post game show with the Jags. So we will be here for that. And then once football season comes back around, we'll be back on Tuesday nights, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday night as well. We were talking about the NFL, and then I just asked you something at the break. This made me think about, we're hearing all these different positive tests from COVID positive tests for college, which there's a lot. We're hearing about it starting in the NFL. We talked earlier about they're going to test these guys 3 times a week. We don't ever talk about high school and what happens there. We've touched on, you really can't play high school without the fans because they don't have a TV contract.
Right.
That's a straight loss if you do that. And I don't know that our education budget has it in it to football. But while it makes a lot of money, it's very expensive.
Referees already don't get paid a lot.
Right.
And that's the real expense outside of the electricity for cutting on the lights
and the other sports.
Any other sports, yeah. But
carrying the tab for a lot of other sports. But what happens when one of these kids tests positive? College has facilities, right? So you can quarantine a guy for 10 days and be relatively certain you can bring him food, you can do all that kind of stuff. You can provide him with whatever he needs. The NFL, these guys have plenty of money. They can get taken care of.
The only thing they're going to be able to do is really change the way that they do the physical in the beginning first, where that obviously has to be a part of it. You have to have been pre-screened or tested for the COVID before you come in. And you just got to pick up the sanitary habits. And coaches are going to have to be even more organized. Now, those are the only things that you really, really can do. I think the closest way you treat it is just treat every player as if they have mono. And like I remember when guys had the mono when they came back, they got their own water bottles. They had all of this other stuff, and that's the only way you can really get it and try to cut back on how much stuff people really share. That's really where the trouble comes in, is when you have the water cow, or what do you call it? The spigot with multiple hoses on it. You got to cut that out because
sharing Gatorade bottles.
It's really that's really all you can do.
I don't think, people know in this area how underpaid high school coaches are, but I've never been happier that I don't coach any more than this year. And they started workouts today. There's all these things that have been put in place to try to prevent the spread or to try to manage it. But then at some point, if you're going to play football, you have to hit each other.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be in a huddle. In college, a lot of schools were able, and people may or may not know this, but they were able to social distance certain parts of, like, there are schools that had to take their weight room and they had to move it to their indoor practice facility so that it could be socially distanced. You can't do that in high school. You don't have those facilities in high school.
So what they're doing now, from what I've understood, is that coaches are they're chopping it up, and actually all coaches have to be involved now. So like you're getting your 10 guys, and that's who you're instructing. They can't even necessarily be in the weight room, I think, at this point.
Well, some of them are this way. Others, I saw pictures today of 40, 50, 60 guys.
Well, that just means that a lot of them are probably just saying bump it.
So, I don't know if it's like by county, if the counties are different, but like.
Well, okay, all I can speak for is from what I know of certain school and do walkout.
Mm-hmm.
But as coaches, as former coaches, the one thing we do know that is consistent with this is people saying bump the rules and doing whatever they're comfortable doing. I hope that they understand that that there's risk reward in it, and if something does happen and you're not following the rules, you do open yourself up to be reprimanded.
Yeah.
But to your point, even on college or NFL, but if you get five, like if it's 5 of your better players that get COVID, you got to quarantine them for 2 weeks. That changes a lot of things, man.
It does. It does.
I just want to know the thing that they're not, and this is, I guess, is good because maybe it helps with the positive stuff, and for the people who say COVID's not that serious and all those things, I get it. But like, I really want to know, like for Zeke, going back to like, is Zeke an asymptomatic guy, or is he somebody, or did he really feel sick?
Mm-hmm.
And like, seeing him recover and then coming back to be able to play would make me feel more comfortable.
Right.
Like, let you know how this works, because all I can think of is, okay, if you're asymptomatic, then dope, cool, you got it. It's not really gonna bother you. But all I know is how it messed up some people. Like, can that kid go back to really playing
for much longer than 2 weeks?
Yeah, like, and that's what I want to. That's what we don't know when it comes in regards to athletes.
386 just texted us and said refs got a pay raise this year. It's 120 a game now.
I mean,
it's what, $30 an hour?
Yeah, I mean,
time you get there?
that ain't bad for a part-time gig.
Listen,
they're happy.
Respect the hell out of refs. You think I'm gonna sit there and let a coach cuss at me for 4 hours?
You're never right.
No, never. The whole thing's gonna be interesting. I do think that as we're getting closer to this, though, it's conversations that people are having of, okay, what happens when, instead of, is there going to be? Okay, we all agree that there's going to be football in some shape or form, right?
Yes.
There's questions within that, though. Like, one of the first questions I have is, when are we going to find out, is USC playing? Because Alabama USC is game 1.
I believe everybody's going to play.
But you think everybody, you think Rutgers, you think Washington, you think all of them, everybody's going to play.
I think the pressure from the mass is going to dictate what players do. Rutgers is in the Big Ten, and they have a sizable chunk of what they're going to make comes from that TV contract. If you don't play, you can't get that. They're going to go get that money, and they have a coach who wants to play. So, in California, USC, all they need is permission, and they've already gotten that because they said professional sports can do that. USC isn't a part of that California educational system thing where they said that. So USC, it's UCLA that's going to be aggravated.
Is UCLA part of that?
I think.
I heard somebody read the name of it.
I know USC is not. Somebody told me USC is not part of it.
Right.
And they can do whatever they need to do by any means necessary.
We're also being told Zeke was asymptomatic.
So he was asymptomatic. Okay.
But that doesn't change your point.
I'm happy for that.
Right.
But now I don't wish this on anybody. But I kind of need to know, like, all right, I was rough. Now I'm back. And now I'm back to full 100%.
And not even like hospital rough, just like
even if it's like I joked with my friend because it was some pictures of when I went to Jamaica came up, and I was really, really sick when I got back. Which, when I listen to the symptoms, makes me believe that I might have had that back in March of last year. But like I felt terrible. Cool. If you did that and then you came back, then all right. That's what I want.
How long does it take you to get back?
Yeah. Was it a week? Was it really like the flu? 48 hours, 48, 72 hours. And then you get your fluids back and you're really strong by the end of next week. If you really wanted to push it, you could be like MJ and score and win a playoff game if you need to.
It's just a matter of time, though. It's not a question of if. Ohio State, Penn State plays, Justin Fields test positive. Right? It's just a matter of time of like something on that level to where major superstar in a big week that could change everything test positive. And why do I get the sense of when they're picking the playoff teams, that's going to be a big topic? Well, they lost this game, but such and such was out. So they deserve to be in.
I mean, I just think you got to, unfortunately, you can't use it. You got to go and use what everybody's been saying. It's just like the flu. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they let you
Well,
because the flu is contagious.
They're asymptomatic. We talked about this the other day. You believe they're going to report that?
No. Like, to me, I'm just going to say you got the flu. There might be good play the walk on that they disrespect all the time anyway. So I need you to go just go rub up on Trevor real quick. Like, go tackle him and cough. And then come back here. Get him the sickness. But I doubt that happens. But it's just, I don't know. Like,
it's going to come into play. There's no doubt.
I've played with the flu. Like, does your coach tell you to suck it up and get out there? They say that. I know they definitely say. I remember when the flu, I remember having a deep thigh bruise on a Thursday practice before a game and couldn't even extend my legs. A coach told me to figure it out. So he was just, even with the broken hand, hey, you're the only fullback, so just tape that bad boy up and go on out there and win one for the Gipper.
Where they're going to be independent, so many questions actually that I haven't thought about before. Are there going to be independent doctors testing for this?
If I'm a parent, I can trust. I don't know how to say. I could trust you, but I'm not stupid.
Right.
Like,
I know how much money you make and how important winning is.
Yeah, and this is like, at the end of the day, this is my child's career, but it's also my child. So like, I want to make sure that they're really, really good. But the problem is how many doctors in Columbus, Ohio?
None.
That's
what
the
I'm
downside.
saying. Like, when you talk about the large percentage,
and I'm not, I say Columbus, Ohio is really not
right,
bashing Ohio State. It's just Ohio, just saying it.
Well, it's not a large, not the large. I don't know what the number is, but a lot of people are asymptomatic. And so as a college coach, you're playing a huge game and you have an asymptomatic quarterback who is perfectly fine. What do you do? I think it's going to be a story. Is all I'm saying. Even if they do the right thing and they sit them, it's going to be a story. We're all going to be paying attention, like I said earlier about the NFL. We're going to be paying attention to the COVID reports brought to you by Benadryl every single week to find out, okay, who's playing, who's not playing. It's going to be something in Vegas. It's going to play heavily on lines. It's going to be a whole different football season than what we're used to. We're going to take our final break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the Monday night edition of the Sports Den.
Pull up a seat, pop a top, and say, Alexa, open 1010XL skill.
We have an elephant in the room. We do. We have an elephant in the room.
1010XL, your new corner bar.
Dr. Carlson has provided premium dental services to the Jacksonville area for over 30 years. Carlson Dental Group's priority is patient experience and satisfaction. Our biggest referrals are from our own patients. I've been one for more than 10 years. Carlson Dental Group also has the most innovative technology and equipment to give our patients the best dental results and long-lasting health. From dental cleaning to a complete smile makeover, Dr. Carlson and his team gives the highest quality dental care and most comfortable environment. Call today, 904-425-2300.
AC making noise? Not working like it used to? Whether replacing or servicing your AC unit, you can count on Lloyd's Heating and Air. They have trustworthy technicians who are clean and reliable. With top brands like Carrier, turn to the experts. Large rebates and several financing options are available now, like 6 months or 12 months, same as cash, coupled with rebates on certain machines. Call today for details. Only at Lloyd's Heating and Air. Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com.
All right, on this Monday, they rested the Blue Crab House, but the doors open again on Tuesday, and you know what that means? $1 margaritas. That is the deal each and every Tuesday at the Blue Crab House. If you love seafood, especially crabs, and they have outstanding oysters, I love the Blue Crab Chef salad. That is just, crab chef salad is just out of this world, okay? So much crab in that bad boy, it's like $12, and it's enormous. I get it every time I go, along with a bunch of crab. And you should do the exact same thing. Remember, on Tuesdays, Dollar Margaritas, they've been owned and operated now for more than 23 years. And you voted on them. Top overall crab shack in Northeast Florida. talking about the Blue Crab House. Tomorrow, $1 margaritas. Doors open at 4:30. We'll see you at the Blue Crab House, Julington Creek Road, San Jose.
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is back to normal business hours. In conjunction with Baptist Health, JOI and JOI Rehab are following the best practices to provide you and their employees with a safe environment, including patients and staff wearing masks and the ability to utilize their new virtual waiting room. JOI is still offering telehealth services if you prefer to do so. If you have questions before coming in for an appointment, please call JOI 2000. JOI, where the pros go.
Mark Watson here with Hardball Creative. It's been a crazy couple of months, but as we prepare to move forward, make sure your company is ready. Welcome employees back with a new polo or branded coffee mug. Outfit servers with new tees and caps, or what about car magnets for deliveries? Remember, Hardball does it all. Call us today at 9988778 or online at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the dealership hassles. If you need honest, professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about first-class service. From the first phone call to the final inspection, Superior Fence and Rail's professional team delivers with great communication, friendly installers, and quality fence products. There's a reason why Superior Fence and Rail is the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville, and it all starts with their professional team. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your new fence today.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
I'm Lauren Brooks. Join me and the ladies of Hamilton Hills for a live broadcast at the brand new Donato's Pizza. We'll give away $100 in gift cards, so stop by to see us on Tuesday, June 23rd from 6 to 8. Hamilton Hills from Donato's Pizza on Beach Boulevard.
Ackerman Urology has the latest options for improving men's health and vitality. Our board-certified urologists treat prostate disease and sexual health issues to ensure your confidence and wellness. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Brakes for less is what we do. We know drums, rotors, pads, and shoes. If there's a squeal in your wheel, come see the best. 733 Stop.
Brakes for less.
All we do
are brakes for less.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get the ones and trying to get the M's.
1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
We don't have time to play it, but what we were talking about earlier with Mike Gundy and his running back, they have already made a video that is an apology? What did you call it that? An explanation? Not an explanation.
Yeah, more of an explanation. I mean,
together. They were together.
Yeah, like it's more of a I didn't realize I now realize, what that could mean to my players after talking to a few of them. And we're gonna make changes. And the running back basically saying that from now on I make sure I hit people directly and not through the Twitter.
I mean, he could have said that he was going to text each of his players individually.
Yep. But he didn't. I mean, who knows? He might have only talked to the one guy. But bottom line is what I said. Sometimes you just gotta know where your bread is buttered, whether you agree with it or not. It's just like that man needs that running back right now. That's it's 300 plus carries and 2,000 plus yards. You can say get another one, but it's a reason why that 2,000 yard rushing mark typically gets you a Heisman Trophy because not very many people do it.
This is actually a good text. Tyler Eifert's dad hit us back up.
Okay.
It's not really his dad. We just call him that. I think universities will be much more cautious with this virus than the NFL and other professional sports, mostly because they are being held accountable not only by students but parents as well. College football will be more than prepared, and I believe they will set the best example. Go Irish, beat Clemson.
Okay.
Notre Dame plays Clemson? Yeah, so ACC, right?
Yeah, that's one of the first. I think that's the first time they'll be challenged.
Yes, deeper in the season. That's fair points. Thank you guys for listening to the Monday night edition of the Sports Den. RJ, good job. You didn't mess anything up this time. We're proud of you. We'll be back tomorrow night. Now, tomorrow night, are we later?
8 to 10.
8 to 10 tomorrow night. You can tune in, filling in for Rick Ballou and Into the Night. I'm Denny Thompson. That's James Coleman at Denny_Thompson at BigGameJames_36. Go give us a follow. We will talk to you tomorrow night.